Hello again. So it's my birthday today, and obviously age is quite up there in my thinking at the moment. And so I thought I'd make this video about do we get slower as we get older? Well, yeah, of course, age is we start to deteriorate as we get older, maybe from the age of 25 or 30, and once you get to 40 or 50, then we start to get slower. So, but then after lots of thinking and stress and angst and whatever, I think, well, who cares? It doesn't really matter as long as you set sensible goals. And what I've found is that people can improve. You can improve year on year as if you train consistently and effectively, irrespective of how old you are. And it's just a case of setting challenges that are exciting and interesting to you. Obviously, if you've been an athlete in the past, you're not going to get overall personal best, but does that really matter? I don't think so. You can set some goals that are sensible and challenging and move forward and enjoy your sport again. Because most of the things that are enjoyed, certainly the most things that I think are enjoyable in sport, and I'm sure from talking to the athletes that I coach, then the things that they find enjoyable aren't really, they're aiming towards a performance type goal. They want to do the best they can. But the actual enjoyment of what people get out of sports, the multiple things that are so beneficial to sport, what we enjoy about sport, the social aspects of it, the camaraderie, the taking part in events, the building our fitness, the being fit, they're not dependent on the actual how well you do in a given event, or how fast you were in the past, or how fast you are now. They're all part of having a good goal, an interesting and challenging goal, and working towards that. I coach a number of athletes in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and one athlete in his 70s. And all those people, without exception, men and women, have improved during the time that I've worked with them. So year on year, they're getting better, irrespective of how old they are. And so it's quite clear that by training consistently and effectively and making a plan that's personal to you, you can get better, irrespective of how old you are. You can get fitter and faster. And that's whether you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or maybe even older. As I said, you might not, if you've been an athlete in your 20s or at college, you're probably not going to run, your overall best times or ride your overall best times or be an elite road racer anymore. But you can still find challenges in sport and enjoy it for what it is. Even Karen Dark, who I coached as a professional athlete for over 10 years, she did her best average 30-minute power at the age of 50 last year. So at the end of 10 years training full-time as a professional athlete, she was still improving. So I don't change training specifically for age. As people get older, I don't think, such and such is 60, so I'm going to set this type of training for them or these types of sessions. I treat everybody as an individual, and you should treat yourself as an individual if you're setting your own plan, and if you've got a coach, they should be treating you as an individual. Look at what people are doing, create some sort of baseline. I like to work to a weekly routine, see what weekly routine seems to work, and then I start building fitness from that point by adjusting the training sessions. What I find is that most people can cope with about 3 hard sessions a week, so that might be 2 interval sessions and 1 long session. So we're looking to build endurance in the long session or build aerobic fitness, which is obviously relevant. If you can improve your fat burning metabolism, then it comes through at most intensity levels if you're an endurance athlete. And then I look at the interval sessions to build whatever components of fitness are required for the chosen goal event. And then on top of those 3 hard sessions, then I build in the volume according to what to what people can cope with. They need to recover for the harder sessions so that they get the most out of those, and as much volume as they can have time for or they can cope with physically is the appropriate thing to go for. And the 70-year-old athlete that I used to coach, and he's just on a break, he's looking for his next challenge. He was trained for a 50-kilometre event. He's now done 2, and the second one was faster than the first one. He ran every day. A lot of people advised him not to run every day. I said, well, it's obviously working for you, so why not? They're only short runs, like a couple of miles, but he was doing something every day, and that worked for him, and he was keeping his fitness, and actually having that routine is really effective and motivating. So just don't be tied up by how old you are. Think about how you are and work with that. And then the other thing you can do is look to age-related metrics. So if you're on Strava's a great tool. You know that I like Strava. You can, if you're prepared to fork out for the Strava Premium, then you can look at age-related metrics on there, look at your performance on different segments relative to other people of a similar age, and that can be quite motivating and see how you can improve. And even if you don't pay for the premium version, you can look at improvement as you step up the performance. Actually, what you'll find is if you train consistently and effectively, you'll probably do pretty well irrespective of your age. Other things, you can look at national metrics, age-related performances, international metrics. So if you look on the internet, you'll find performances related to age. And then I also use, as you know, a tool called WKO5, and that has normative metrics for people of different ages, and that's quite an interesting thing to look at, and I do that with some of my athletes. So do we get slower as we get older? Yeah, obviously we do. It's all part of the ageing process, but does it matter? Well, I don't think it does. If you take your ego out of it and set some challenging goals and see how well you can do, the people that I've worked with have demonstrated that you can improve year on year, irrespective of how old you are. And have a think about what you enjoy about sport, what you get out of sport. And I think you'll probably realise that a lot of the things you get out of sport are not due to whether you can win or you used to be able to win or whether you can run as fast as you used to. It's the process, it's training, seeing how well you can do, having some goals, meeting people, getting the social aspect of it, travelling to events, enjoying events, and all these things, challenging yourself and watching yourself grow and seeing what you can do that are the enjoyable things about it. So get out there, have a bit of fun, and let me know how you get on.